I want to talk about the topic that says, why am I suffering? And suffering is, um let me just define suffering. I'll define suffering as a state of being in pain, in grief, or affliction. And types of suffering. There are different types of suffering. It may be legitimate suffering and it may be illegitimate. If it's legitimate, that is, it may be the case of you suffering because of what you did wrong. You suffering by law, by the case of law, for what you did wrong. But if it is legitimate, illegitimate, it might be the case of our father's sins or of the devil. Is either of the case of our father, we're suffering because of what our fathers have done in the past, or of the devil, or what the devil is doing to us. Or and again, discipline and discipline also. And let me talk about the causes of suffering. It may one, sin. Sin can make us to suffer for what is did wrong, and God might decide to punish us for what he did wrong. Might be the case of sin. And number two is frustration. Frustration can make us suffer. We are be we are frustrated with some things. And pride might also make us to suffer. Pride, because there are some scenario that you might have someone to help you in some things to do, some stuff to do, but because of our pride, you might decide that this person, I don't want this person to help me in this, and because of our pride, or our inner thought, that may just it may look down on the person, like is a non-entity or something like that, because of our pride or something. And number four, I'll talk about sins of our parents. Uh, just like this, it was written in the book of Leviticus, chapter 7. You see, if you read through that passage, you see the case of being suffered, people suffering because of what their fathers have done in the past. And number five is, I'll talk about the associations. You can you can association, the group you are into, the those you are with, can make us to suffer. If you are with the wrong person, the wrong association, the wrong group of people, can suffer for it. If you are not on the right track with some good minded people. And again, it might be uh because of our extravagant lifestyle. That number six, extravagant uh extravagant lifestyle. Because sometimes I have a budgets. You might have prepare a budget that this is what I'm going to spend, and at the end of the day, you may end up spending more than you intend to spend, because you find some uh, things, and those some things, you might decide to buy some things that are unnecessary, that is not important, and you then end up buying them, and you might suffer for it. And number seven, I'll talk about laziness. Laziness can also make us to suffer. And number eight, I'll talk about ancestral and divine causes. It can make us to suffer, just like the case of Jacob and Reuben. And just like, and again, the purpose of suffering, I'll say, number one, for purpose of suffering helps us to find God, and suffering also purifies us. Number two. Number three, I'll say suffering it helps us with our faith. It helps us to build our faith also in Christ. Suffering helps us to build our faith. Number four, I would say it makes us humble. You suffer for some things that you did wrong, it make us humble. And number five, I'll talk about our number uh, number five. I'll talk about it helps us to be obedient also. It helps us to be obedient. Number six, I'll talk about it leads us into greatness. And number eight, number seven, it's it helps us to endure some things that we are unable to do in the past. If you read Hebrew 12:2, you get an understanding about that. So that's my take. That's what I want to say. Thanks.